Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, January 6th, 2023, after 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a reverse aging health call tonight at 9 p.m. Whosoever loves much, performs much, can accomplish much, and what is done in love is done well. Vincent van Gogh. To understand the transition from a spiritual level, not the physical. The civilization has been trained far too long on the physical. Something magical happens when we reprogram our bodies and minds with love mantras. These are statements, and our voices give off frequencies. We naturally start manifesting loving, enlightening relationships everywhere we go. Everyone behaves more kindly to us, finding us more lovable and enjoyable to hang out with. People naturally let down their guard around us. They open their hearts, not because they want to, but because they have to. They feel this amazingly warm love vibe glowing inside of us that's growing stronger and stronger and stronger every day. And they have to catch up to us. When we tell our subconscious minds that we are loved and worthy of love, every moment of relating to this life opens up in the most positive and healing ways. Love is the answer to manifesting a life overflowing with deep eternal love and ease. In the world of manifesting, like attracts like. So when we increase our love frequency vibration, we automatically start attracting more loving relationships, abundant situations, and positive outcomes in our outer world. Most people don't know this, but did you know that every time you hear a love statement, a voice, a love mantra, it impacts your subconscious 100 times more powerfully than any negative belief, self-doubt, or fear that you repeat. 100 times more powerful than any negative belief, self-doubt, and fear that you repeat. Just digest one positive affirmation in your subconscious, and it energetically negates 100 negative thoughts that you have lingering inside you about yourself and this world. And your ego mind's going to sit there and tell you, oh, that's not true. Hang with me, we're doing good. Now, when we're talking about love, we know there's many forms of it. Understand that, because when you experience nirvana, the God that you are, total peace, bliss, that is a love that goes much higher frequency than physical love. Love is it's like the warm sunshine that penetrates us and brings light into the darkness inside of us. This whole world gets brighter every time we let the light shine in, especially with this major, massive, spectacular transition that's happening on this planet in this very now moment. Everything manifests easier in our lives with love. Now, I dare you to do this for a week. See what happens. It's real simple. Look in the mirror every single morning. Now, if there's things that you choose to do, it's not to be in a hurry. Really interesting how the ego mind comes in, and you could be just kind of nonchalant, right? And then something clicks, and you start hurrying. You could look at you look at your watch, excuse me, your clock, or something. It just starts, it ticks, and you just start hurrying and you don't really know it. And that instigates stress. You want to make sure that you're not, and if you do, when you do discover that you're in a hurry, you'll slow down. Watch what happens. Everything works for you, not against you, when you slow down. No matter what, when you look in that mirror, really look into those little tiny dark holes in your eyes. And say to you and to the God that is looking back at you that you deeply and internally love you. Now, this isn't something that people nonchalantly do. A lot of people have been pre-programmed since birth to believe a certain way. And isn't it interesting that the very core and the very essence of our existence as gods in these bodies is love? And it tells us how much we are attached to physical life and how unattached we are desire from someone else. Brother Jeppin. That's a very good statement. Pay attention to the area in the middle of your chest and notice if you feel any protection around your heart. Whenever we put up a shield, okay, you know what? We all do it. None of us are exempt from it. We deflect the love that is trying to enter our hearts. Right? When we block out love, it's because we carry around a heavy, hard shell all the time. And this makes us tired, challenged, because we are losing our manifesting energy. You ever say to yourself, right? Maybe you've indulged too much in that storm around you, right? You might say this to others too, that you say that you're just very tired, right? You spent all this stuff that's been going on, all this so-called heaviness that's been going on, and you're stuck and you're tired. Is life worth living? You know, some people go that far, and it pulls us into our lower vibrational frequencies. But understand, when we block out love, it's because we carry around a heavy, hard shell all the time. And this makes us tired, challenged, because we are losing our manifesting energy. When we practice repeating, do it to yourself, do it in your own privacy, magical love mantras every day, the affirmations will eventually take over your heart, and your unnecessary fields will soon melt away. When all guards are down, we will experience such a profound lightness and peace inside. And yes, with love, we are all becoming more relaxed and at ease about everything. It feels like you're creating a perpetual wave of human light that automatically radiates out from your heart, throughout your emotional body, and into everyone around you. Just like the sun, you'll naturally warm and give light to everyone in your presence. Radiating pure love is the most powerful thing a human being can do to transform this planet right now. And it is the best thing we can do for ourselves. When this loving, warm energy penetrates your core every day, it completely transforms the way you see, feel, and operate in this world. Love mantras work on a very deep subconscious level and thus have instantaneous results. For example, in situations and with people who would normally feel uncomfortable, you'll notice there's a new sensation of liberation, lightness, or gratitude bubbling up inside you instead. Loving energy is contagious and will spread faster than wildfire throughout your life. This loving feeling will free you from any worry, fear, or difficulty you've been creating. In fact, people, right? You, the people you love, and the people you hate are all manifestations of God. The moment one recognized that all as one, love arises on its own accord. Okay. Now you can, we all know you can access, you can get hold of love mantras and recordings and MP3s and, put them on thumb drives and, play them. And I'm sure some of you have done this throughout the years. But it's the consistency. There's a lot of people that have done this through the years, and then they gravitate away from it. Say, the ego mind again takes over, and they negate it. It doesn't work. It just takes up too much time. I'd rather spend my time being angry and upset. Now, that's subconsciously. Now, how does listening love mantras impact our subconscious? Whenever I repeat an affirmation in a deeply relaxed state, it's got to be a deeply relaxed state. And then you get to the point where all day long you're moving into gratitude, and you're saying, and by saying what you're grateful for, these are love mantras. So whenever we repeat an affirmation in a deeply relaxed state, this is called programming ourselves and dipping into the gods that we are and the pure essence of the love that we are. Deeply relaxed state, this is a new belief, right? And it connects with our deepest essential core. Just as if we were to adjust the spokes that connect with the center of a bicycle wheel. Each mantra adjusts how we are connected with the core of who we are. As the vibration of love beats deep into our being, our inner spokes expand, and this warm healing sensation enters and fills our entire bodies and minds. And it is fun to reprogram our subconscious minds to overflow with love. You'll be pleasantly surprised how you will automatically start manifesting loving experiences everywhere you go. The subconscious mind is so crazy powerful. This great love that is already inside of us all is not far away at all. And the key to discovery is to trust in love. Let it sink deeply into your core, so continuously radiating from the core of your being. The core connection to love allows us to attract and manifest even greater experiences of abundance, joy, freedom, and love than we believed we deserve. We will naturally feel connected transformational love mantras, which will deeply reprogram your body and mind and help you feel absolutely amazing. And how you start doing that, you'll ask the universe and things will show up. They really will. And there's so much of it that other parts of us have put out there. You could assemble very easily a handful. They don't have to be 4 pages, 5 pages, 6 pages long. They're just statements. And you let the ones that vibrate with you, bring them in. Okay? Or fluid mantra vibration. Fluid mantra vibration is that you, through your heart mind, the magic effect of you creating your own, which is a much deeper connection than listening or reading to other interpretations or introductions. You create your own. Doesn't it make sense that we were all programmed? Now, it's not like we said, oh, well, I can't be programmed. We've been like open books. Clean slate, blank white canvas. And slowly but surely, the canvas takes on different colors and shapes and forms, and other people's thoughts begin to program us. And then, for the most part, then we begin to experience things, but we respond because of those programmed words, those programming that have come in year after year after year after year. And isn't it interesting, rather than seeking the God within for all the wisdom and knowing, we seek outside of ourselves. We want to be told the best direction. And you're the only one that knows that. Nobody else is going to know that. And it's like, how do you know that we haven't collectively embraced the love that we are? Look at the planet. Look around you. You'll know. And not one of us is exempt from that. We're a collective, pure consciousness in these bodies. We are absolutely must be having some difficulties here. Okay. I thank you guys for giving me a heads up that we have this interruption. So just bear with me. Stay calm and quiet. And I'm going to change phones. So I'll drop off and I'll come back on. Apologize for that, everyone. There are energies afoot, and of course they're not going to stop this, as they haven't in the last almost over 5 years. But the shift and the change with this planet, with us, the people, is absolutely far-reaching. And this shift within us and the discovery that we are the love, the gods that we are. And one of the main missions so to speak, for all of us, is to understand that. Now, our challenge is our physical world. That's our challenge. Our challenge is that the ego mind in these bodies that they come with. How we interpret. See, because our eyes, what we're taking in, a lot of the times we don't realize the effects that that's having with us. What we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we feel, touch. These are all sensories in the physical realm. And usually we do it through the head, the ego mind. And part of our trip here is to recognize that the heart mind is our guide. The heart mind literally dictates to the ego mind as the servant to the heart mind. So when you do that, and you become embraced with it, you begin to understand that your direction, not that you were off at all, because a lot of us think that we're off, which means, well, am I on the right path? We're all on the right path. Some of us just go off certain areas. We learn from those areas, and eventually we all come back to the same path. To discover that we are the love. Okay? You hear the term give love, right? So you can imagine through your heart and mind, what would it be like on this planet if all of us gave love? Without restraint. Oh, if I hug that person, they're going to think this, this, and this, right? Or if I say I love that person, they're going to think it means a different kind of love. You see how things are interpreted through the ego mind? Rather than a free-flowing energy, in essence, which we are truly, it's a constricted one. We're worried because of this, because that. Why is that? It's because of the social structure that we're immersed in. And that social structure was created collectively. So then we say, why does everybody have to be so uptight? Worried about doing the wrong thing? Now, you watch two people that really don't know it. Okay, let's say they kind of know each other. This is in a group setting and people come together, right? And so you watch people hug. And you're watching and you're learning. That's it. You're not judging. So you watch people hug physically, and you begin to understand that they keep their lower torso away from each other. And their upper body toward each other. Okay? And have you ever done that? Have you ever, watched, or yourself, where you just kind of touched the upper thoracic area, the chest, right? Breathe lightly, not much, say. Mostly your shoulder and your clavicle area. And that's it. It has about as much love in it as a dead frog. And people do it all the time because why? Why is that? Why don't they do a full body together hug where they almost merge? And I'm not talking about crushing somebody, but you hug firmly, lovingly each other. Because the social structure has been programmed into most fear. Isn't that amazing? Fear of hugging. Fear of hugging. Fear of loving. You know, it's interesting. When you love someone, all of us love each other. But there's different interpretations, and this is the physical, the ego mind. It's like if a man is going to hug a woman, just genuinely, then the ego mind kicks in, and then the man will say, I better not do that because she may, see what happens? She may think that it's a physical thing and not a spiritual thing, that it's a physical. She may accuse me of things, and so I'm not going to do that. So then you have the unfeeling hug, little touch, that's it. Or the social structure where, in which came from Europe, where you hug each other's cheeks. You've seen that many times, where on the right, on the left, and you look at the emotional aspect of it, and there isn't any. It's the social thing to do. Well, what we now are experiencing is that that's coming down. This is all part of the collective, which is you, me, all of us, in these bodies as the gods that we are, the pure consciousness, the pure love essence, where we are embracing the spiritual and we are learning who and what we are by our own choice. Not by anybody else's, by our own choice. And this is why this planet is liberated. Now, many would think that, oh no, it's not. We have a lot of black magic, dark magic happening. It's like a tug of war between the ego mind and the heart mind, isn't it? And this is how simple. It really is simple. It may be complicated with each of us depending on how we've been programmed. But all of us know, the majority of us know, that we can unprogram ourselves. We can be reprogrammed by our gods within us. And making that contact changes everything. Why do you think or feel throughout existence, and no matter what planetary system you were in a physical form, no matter how many thousands of lifetimes, it is always the same, isn't it? There is always this kind of an ominous energy. And we always view this ominous energy as outside of us, that is forlorning and dark and dismal and depressing and fearful. In reality, we create that. Why? So we can learn. That's as simple as it gets. And when you are so attached to the physical material world outside of you, do you know what happens? Fear, worry, stress, anxiety, greed, dishonesty, manipulation, power, control. You see how that works? By a flip of the switch, we redirect our attention first to ourselves. And it's very difficult for many to actually believe that they're that powerful. Okay? There's where the challenge is. Because they have been programmed to believe the other way. And that's what they create for themselves. That's what we've created for ourselves on this planet. Is it a negative? No, it's not a negative. You know why? Because now we're coming out of it. We're coming out of it without bombs and guns and explosions, without harming each other, right? Massive riots and destruction. Let's put it this way. Let's say that 8,000 of us, okay, were to every day concentrate at the same time for about an hour on how we want this planet to be and how the lives that we wish to participate in. And within 24 hours of that hour, everything on this planet would change. Does it really matter to us about yesterday? Does it really matter anything to us about tomorrow? That's the path of the ego mind. Everybody comes to this meditation every day because they want to and because they understand that this is what it's going to take for us to shift completely this planet into New Earth. And there is no fear for us. We have no fear to meet the God that we are in these bodies. None whatsoever. We feel the energy in our hearts, our heart minds. And see, this is the transition, the transcendence of humanity, of mankind, of womankind, however you want to choose to see it. We're all one. You know, the physical has a tendency to confuse us on many fronts. When you're happy, right? When you're in love, when you love, how do you feel? I ask a lot of people that. How do you feel? A lot of them don't know how to respond. That's not a negative either. And then when someone, you can always tell by the frequency of the voice. Always tell by. You can tell if a person is ill inside the body by how their voice sounds. Right? You can tell the emotionality with them, themselves, by their voice. A lot in those frequencies that are transmitted. And sometimes when someone says, I'm doing okay. Okay? Why not great? Well, you can't feel great all the time. Yeah, you can, unless you choose not to. Really. Now, there is something that many of us are not sure about, and it's okay to be that way because we're learning every second. But during the course of your day, sometimes you're in a good motion, you're in a good vibration that you've created for yourself, right? And for no reason whatsoever, you start to feel undone. You know what I mean? Things start to, you just don't feel right. And you're saying to yourself, this is strange. Why am I feeling this way? I shouldn't. There's nothing for me to be, discouraged about or anything. I feel great. And in your heart mind, you feel good. What is that? What is that bend in the frequency? Pain and suffering on this planet. That's what it is. See, we don't, not quite yet, to understand that since we are all one, and that each one of the gods in these bodies that we are part of each other. Now, when some of us go through major, major discomfort, pain, sorrow, suffering. Where do you think that's not going to affect us as a whole? It does. Many don't realize that. They think that they're separate. So when that happens with us, and it happens with all of us, it could be very subtle, but it's very deep. It could be passing, or it could stay with you for a few hours or the day. So when that happens, and people say, well, maybe it's subconscious, maybe it's unconsciously induced. It's a possibility. But for the majority of the time, it is the pain and suffering, the fear, anguish, and sorrow that we're picking up on the planet as a whole. So when you connect with that and you understand that, what do you do about that? You begin to visualize from the heart, mind, the God that you are, this beautiful golden white pink light saturating everyone on this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, because there are life forms that gods inhabit on this planet, inside this planet, above this planet, and below this planet. Why I say that? And watch what happens. You can visualize it for 20 minutes, a half an hour, or just a brief through your heart mind. This beam of just phenomenal, magna, glorious, golden, white, pink light cascading and saturating everything. Pure, deep, eternal love. There's a lot of tricks that have been played on us through this programming and conditioning while we're in these physical bodies. And one of them you think about. Everybody says that they're so blessed. And when you actually look at the word, be less, it's amazing how we've been tricked with different wordings and everything. And those are vibrational frequencies, aren't they? And what you believe in, you create. So we're all on a magical carpet ride. We really are. And many of us, it takes us thousands of lifetimes to discover this. And this time, when we're all back again, like we are on this planet, assembled, this is the major turn for this civilization into the heart mind, within. Which means what? We were way more than outside of us. We are progressing to full consciousness of understanding that the body is temporary and it is a vessel that we have created to enjoy this life and create things that we can experience while in this life. We are not the body. And I think everybody in this meditation and the thousands and millions that listen to it after I think it's a consensus that we all know this. We know that our ego minds are now moving in the back seat. Not that they're gone. We know that we are starting to go within, and that when we have these thoughts come in of ego mind essence, we begin to identify them. Okay? We identify them. We don't identify them with anger or fear or frustration. You say, oh, that's an ego mind thought. I don't care to engage with it. And then it's like watching the clouds in the sky, and it'll just fly by. It'll just float by. There might be other thoughts. Oh, I'll engage with that one. That one looks good. Now, when someone really enjoys what they're doing, right? Really enjoys it. To them, it's not work. It's fun. It's joy. So, as Van Gogh stated, which with his work became his joy. Whosoever loves much performs much, right? When you're having fun and you're happy, you do a lot more than when you're disgruntled, negative, and fearful. So whoever loves much performs much, can accomplish much. And what is done in love is done well. Isn't that true? Don't we, when we are expressing love to ourselves, and love to this planet, and love to all things, and all of the gods within each of these bodies, how do we view things? How do they form? How are they created? Flourished, right? Flourish. Life flourishes. Energy expands. And then the lower frequencies kick in. What do they say? Oh, planet's overpopulated. We've got to do something about that. And how are we going to handle that? And it is an insane, convoluted mess in those lower frequencies. Do any of us really care to indulge in those lower frequencies? I really don't believe so from what I feel from the planet and the civilization. I see and feel a complete shift in the psyche of this civilization. I see it happening and feel it happening every single second. Now, it doesn't mean that along the way any of us won't pick up vibrational frequencies that are really, really, really dank. But see, as we reprogram ourselves into this love that we are, it isn't, let's put it this way, it's there, but it's fleeting. It dissolves. And a long time ago, it didn't dissolve. It infiltrated. But now it dissolves. Every one of us know, through the heart-mind, that, and when you feel the vibration of something, right? It could be subconscious. You could be in a it could be subconscious. It could be unconscious. But you feel something, right? And there's nothing there for you to see with your eyes, but there is an energy, a frequency that you feel when you you got it's the heart mind, not the ego mind, because the ego mind will trick you in making you believe that it is the heart mind, and it isn't. The ego mind will try to manipulate the heart mind into fear, frustration, anxiety, and stress and tension, worry, right? But when it comes directly from the heart mind, you'll be able to look at people that are talking on the websites and giving presentations and podcasts. You're not judging them. You're watching, and you feel those frequencies of emotionality and true intent. And I guarantee you, every single time, as long as you know, and you have confidence and faith and trust in yourself and your heart, mind, in this universe, you'll know their true intentions. You will know them. It won't be confusing. You will just know them. You will feel them. Okay? So therefore, you will know that you will not give that any more energy or attention. You will shower it with pure, deep, eternal love, and that's it. This is how we are transcending the planet and the civilization into New Earth. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath into the nose, and take an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. This very moment contains the very experience we have been searching for our whole lives. So it's kind of like, what are we waiting for? We do not need to hold back today, no matter what. At this stage in transcendence, go for it. Let go of hesitation and procrastination. You have just opened up your vibration to receiving unlimited possibilities. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here, 9 p.m. Eastern, Friday, January 6, 2023. Continue our reverse aging health call. And Saturday, January 7th, 2023, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be good to yourselves, love yourselves, in deep gratitude.